All right, which one of these guys excites you the most? Best available for the Houston Texans. Nick Fairley, Daquan Bowers, Prince Amukamara.
Let's get crowd reaction. How about Nick Fairley?
Nick Fairley. Daquan Bowers, defensive end. Prince Amukamara, cornerback.
Let's go to the podium. Roger Goodell.
In the 2011 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Blaine Gabbert, quarterback, Missouri.
Well, Gabbert had the sourpuss about 15 minutes ago. Now he's happy. Dan Shonka from AirLads.com to tell us more.
Blaine Gabbert, University of Missouri, big quarterback at close to 6'5", and the thing that we like about him best is his release. Got an outstanding quick release, nice touch, good accuracy, and his mobility, again, is very good, but again, like a lot of the spread quarterbacks, he's going to have to learn to take the snap from under center and learn all the nuances of an NFL offense.
Boy, high completion percentage, high enough, but Mike, you said it's 16 touchdowns. Again, 9 picks.
Again, Endy's probably going to kill me, but production level, only 4 games this season, Blaine Gabbert at 2 touchdowns or more. Listen, he plays in a system that was a spread attack. They blame his wide receivers. I thought his wide receivers were fine. When you look at the Big 12, pretty good conference. The production level, to me, for Blaine Gabbert just is not there. I like him as a mid-first round pick. I like him as a late first round pick. Number 10 overall, again, to me, 3rd straight quarterback taken, in my mind, is a reach.
No one's going to like this, but I don't think you should kill the Texans if they trade down right here. I really don't.
All right.
I don't think the value is there. I don't think the value is there unless it's a Amukamara, unless it's the cornerback, and you're going to bolster your secondary there. Bowers has question marks. Fairley has question marks. Quinn has question marks. Cameron Jordan might be the pick. If it's not Amukamara, it'll be Cameron Jordan, the defensive end out of Cal. But I think you can get him later. I think you trade down here, Indy.
No, I agree with you. Their biggest need is safety, and the top safety in the draft, Raheem Moore, might be available in the 2nd round. Not saying that they should move out of the 1st round completely,
right,
but I would rather get more picks and drop down instead of just reaching.
Fans aren't going to like it, but I don't think you kill them if they trade down.
But it takes 2 to tango. Who is willing to move up to this spot to grab who? If you really find a partner who wants a corner desperately, maybe they move up and grab the spot to take Amukamara. But at that point, you're thinking, maybe I should take Amukamara. So you have Quinn, Fairley still out there, Amukamara's out there, and like you mentioned, Cam Jordan. It's got to be one of those 4, you would think. Mike.
Also, John McClain says on Twitter, Amukamara, maybe J.J. Watt out of Wisconsin as well.
J.J. Watt, now he's more of a big defensive end, okay? He's a defensive end in a 3-4, not that pass-rushing outside linebacker type of college defensive end, but he's a real solid player, ND. That could be interesting.
If you bring him in, then you have to think that they're going to eventually trade away Mario Williams or Antonio Smith because he plays 5 technique, and you're not going to spend a 1st-round pick on a lifetime backup player.
All right, so we're going to find out soon enough. Texans have 6 minutes on the clock to make their pick. Will there be a deal? Will they go ahead and use the 11th pick to take a player? So McClain tweeting that J.J. Watt could be the guy out of Wisconsin. You have to wonder as well, could you move down a few spots and still get J.J. Watt?
Or Prince. Or Prince
Amukamara, the cornerback from Nebraska.
Also, real quick, Adam Schefter just said on Twitter that Houston really likes Wisconsin defensive end J.J. Watt. Strong consideration here. So you're getting a lot of that feeling right now, that vibe.
But is Schefter reading John's tweet?
He probably is. Who knows?
Gee, you think? You think he might be doing that?
That could be the case. All right, so one more time, folks. Robert Quinn, who wants him? Amukamara. Cam Jordan.
Cameron Jordan.
No way.
Nick Fairley.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Trade down to get more picks.
Yeah, who wants to trade down? Isn't that funny?
You know what? They're cheering a trade down louder than anything right now.
They're smart. We have smart fans here in Houston. They realize the value of more picks in this draft.
Well, now it's official. 10th Texans draft ever. They have never moved up with their first pick in a draft. With their first pick in a draft, they have never moved up. They've only dropped back. They dropped back in 2008 with the Dwayne Brown deal, and in 2007, actually, they went from 8 to 10 in the Matt Schaub deal. Of course, that deal took place well before the draft, but you get my drift here. They've only done it in 2004 as an organization. All right, Watt's on the phone. It's going to be Watt from Wisconsin. He's on the phone with the Houston Texans right now. Second-team All-America player. He is going to be the Texans draft choice at 11. And the fans, you could say the reaction is mixed. Let's go to Robert Hensley in the press box. Robert.
Guys, the Texans have just put out on their Twitter feed that they are, in fact, selecting J.J. Watt from Wisconsin with the 11th pick in this draft.
J.J. Watt going to the Houston Texans. He'll play defensive end, ND. You said look for a possible trade of some of the current players. What do you make of this now that he's going to be a Houston Texan?
He's a 5 technique. He's not one of those defensive ends that you're going to move to outside linebacker in the new 3-4 system. Your 5 technique is where you have your best players on the defense in Mario Williams and Antonio Smith. I have to believe later on in the offseason when things get back to normal and they can make moves with veteran players that one of those guys might be traded away. I don't understand this pick.
He defends the run. His strength is defending the run.
So does Mario and so does Antonio
Yeah, but he
Smith.
is a TFL machine for Wisconsin. He's got a high motor. You're going to love his work ethic. I was reading about him a lot prior to this draft, thinking, well, they're probably not going to take him, but they want to be so strong up front at the point of attack. He's a guy who can help you do that. You know, we all thought they might go defensive tackle. He's a defensive end, but he will make this team better somehow.
He's definitely relentless.
You know, Mario's untouchable, we would think.
Yeah.
This does not say good things about Amobi Okoye in the short term, perhaps, or maybe in the long term, I should say.
Yeah.
But we'll find out as soon as they tell us more about J.J. Watt. Here's Roger Goodell at the podium.
With the 11th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select J.J. Watt, defensive end, Wisconsin.
All right, some cheers here at the Verizon Wireless West Club. Some booing. As you can tell, mixed reaction. He is now a member of the Houston Texans. And we'll see how it all plays out, Mike.
Listen, if you trust me on one thing, trust me on Big Ten football. I watch it all the time. This guy is a big-time football player. Does it make me nervous taking him over Nick Bailey? Yes. But you look at this guy overall, 10 tackles against Michigan State, 2 sacks against Ohio State, had a number of games. Listen, he's a guy who's relentless rushing the passer. He has a nose for the quarterback. And you want to talk about a guy who is a good fit for a 3-4 defense. J.J. Watt is going to be a good football player here.
7 sacks, 21 tackles for loss for Wisconsin in 2010. From Aerolabs.com, here's Dan Shonka with more on Watt.
J.J. Watt from the University of Wisconsin, 295 pounds, 6'5". Probably he and Cameron Jordan are the number 1 and number 2. It just depends on how you look at it. The 3, 4, 5 technique ends. Just great intensity, consistent, aggressive, good instincts, very quick, strong, put it up 34 times. Vertical jump now 37.5 inches at the combine. You know, it makes a lot of big plays with 4 fumbles. Very productive with 21 tackles for loss and 3 blocked kicks in 2010.
That's Dan Shonka from Aerolabs.com. J.J. Watt will be a member of the Houston Texans. Up next in the 2011 NFL Draft, Minnesota. We're live from Reliance Stadium on Sports Radio 610.